4.75-mile run here, so he knows the distance.
And assuredly he'll be in the top 10. But when we see them at the climb, more fancy dress.
Somebody's been working out, I see.
You can always tell the gym rats.
Ian, take a look at this on your screen. This is actually a Thanksgiving dinner. Do you see the fork and the spoon and the gravy and the turkey and the eggnog? They've all teamed up and they just made it a Thanksgiving dinner costume party.
Joe Fury talked to them earlier today. The things that people come up with, as you said.
It's as if they probably rehearsed this all year. What am I going to wear next year?
Oh, I'm sure. Planning in advance.
And there goes the Hanson brothers from the movie Slapshots.
All right, we're going to listen into WDRC radio as they're approaching mile marker number 2, I believe. So let's take a listen.
The two boys in front will probably find out when these guys with the big strides catch them on the downhill, and I imagine they will get eaten up.
That's a great point. Now, Bobby Mack is in the lead out of North Carolina State. Murad Marifit is second. Great. Could catch the leaders on the hill. Talk about that. Well, more ground, and they're stronger. The big guy's strong. So this is, the hill is a good place for the big, strong guy. But then we got that downhill, And, there's no wind today, but he's certainly, somebody like Heron can't tuck behind, he can't hide behind anybody. Now, remember, the mile time was 4 minutes and 23 seconds. We are on Highland Street. Bobby Mack in the lead.
All right, again, you are listening to WDRC Radio. We'll be checking in with them throughout the morning. But, Ian, they said Bobby Mack is in the lead. Ian Brooks is our expert on the Manchester Road Race. What do you think about Bobby Mack, Ian?
The pack is behind him, and they're right there. His day in the sun, baby. I would make the most. No, I'm not. I mean, he's a very good runner, but 4:23 for that first mile is pretty quick. So we're going to see how this unfolds. And again, in about the next 5 minutes, we should get a better feel for this.
Oh, it looks like a...
They were talking about how their stride was fairly long, and they were mentioning that might hurt them.
You get into the technicalities. If you're long striding, you're probably going to float well downhill. But going uphill, they tend to shorten their stride. So it depends on their body mix.
We can see the walkers coming across the start-finish line now. I believe that's what we're looking at.
Do some of these runners come and train here? I guess it all depends on who the runner is and whether they've done it before, and Heron Legat has already run it. He's run the course enough times to know what it's all about.
I'd be surprised if most of them didn't yesterday run the course, especially if they're new to the race. People that run it before, they're not going to have that issue. But if you're coming to a race like this, it would be very advantageous. I actually drove the course yesterday for the first time. So I went up the hill, and I thought, okay, it's a hill, but it's nothing major. Right. But downhill, I thought, this would hurt. I thought of you, Logan, at that point.
That's right. And running it yesterday wouldn't put them at a disadvantage today.
No.
That wouldn't take any energy or anything.
No,
it would just be a nice light run.
It would just loosen.
It would just loosen them up, Logan. Most of these runners probably would do 10, 12K the day before.
Right.
So this would be like a breeze.
And most of them are used to running sort of 15 miles a day at the top level. So it's just a loosener. Also keeps them mentally focused.
Now we're looking at some, average runners here, not the elite runners, but they've got a pretty good pace coming along.
Yes.
There. What pace would you call that? Is that? I mean, we're kind of on a hill, about a 7 or so. Okay.
6.5, 7 probably.
And that's a good pace for sure.
These are serious runners nonetheless. These are people that probably do 35 to 40 miles a week, I would think. The Norwegian horns going through there. It's amazing what they come up with, isn't it, Sarah?
Oh, I know. Now, we're still waiting to hear on the women, but who are the top women that we're looking at, again, that you think could...
Sally Kipyego is the one to watch, I believe. Alemse Miskanor from Ethiopia and the Bronx, New York, she's going to be dangerous. I just don't think she's quick enough to cope with Sally Kipyego. Then Amy Rudolph, never write Amy off until we see her come down this finishing stretch. And Amy Mortimer from Kansas, she could well be in that mix for those placings. So a lot can happen.
So we're at 13:20. We're probably getting close to the 3-mile mark, I would imagine, if they're doing a 5-minute mile on average. But they, the leaders went past the first mile mark at 4:23, and I recall last year it was probably around 4:30. So.
Yes.
I mean, Logan, when you were doing this, was there any difficult spot when you were running in the race that these runners might be approaching soon?
Well, the hill going up is tricky. Coming down is tricky. I think for the average person running here today for fun, one of the other tricky parts is it's so crowded that it's difficult. If you want to go a little faster than the people in front of you, you start to weave a little bit. So that makes it really difficult. Obviously, for the elite runners, they start in the front and they go out so fast that they don't have to worry about that. But for a lot of people, they're just trying to get around everybody.
Right. Well, now you're looking at our Twitter page, current.com, for Fox Connecticut, ctnow.com. We have all these live updates on what's going on in the race. So if you want to follow on your cell phone and see what's happening so you have the latest statistics, just head to our Twitter page.
So
now we're looking back. I believe, is this current video number 29 right here?
Right.
This
so
is live video.
Marifat Muard. This is, I believe he has passed Bobby Mack.
Yes. Well, he was...
Muyad Morafit.
What do we know about him?
Well, he's got a 20-meter lead. He does come in with very good credentials, and he's got 20, I'm guessing 20, 25 meters. Mack has gone back into the pack. But I would think, well, we'll see. Could he steal this race?
Yeah. He's from Hebron, Kentucky, is what it looks like. He's 28 years old, and yeah, he certainly has broken away from the pack. Bobby Mack there seems to have, as you said, joined the pack there.
A strong lead here. Now, he hasn't passed the hill yet, right? The hill's coming up.
He's gone up the hill, and now he's come down the hill, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the rest of this pretty much a breeze for him except that little hill at the end of the finish line?
Well, there's some up and hill parts, yeah, but he's gone through the major uphill and I think the major downhill part just based upon the time.
Now, if he wins this would be a dark horse, wouldn't it, Ian?
It would be a surprise. When you look at the screen, we're coming up to 16 minutes, so there's only got just over 5.5 minutes left of running. They're going to have to go.
Yeah, he's got a 13-second lead. He seems to be very comfortable. I mean, just based upon how he's looking. I'm no expert, but he doesn't seem to be
struggling in any way.
No, he sure doesn't.
That arm action is very comfortable.
Yeah.
If I was in the pack now, I'd be thinking,
yeah,
we got to go. We got to go. And now, he's thinking,
wow.
Do I look round at this point and see where they are? Because he knows there's a pack going to come after him. But I would suspect that someone's going to have to make a move from that second pack if they're going to win this, because it's getting close now. We're 5 minutes away from welcoming the winner of this 74th running.
Do they talk in the pack behind him saying, hey, what are we doing? Let's get it going. Or does somebody just eventually go for it and then that's the move to make?
Sometimes they do. They'd say, well, they're probably looking at each other and think, we got to go.
Right.
Otherwise, this race is going to be run away from us. So it was a smart move by Murad. Very smart move to get out there. I'm a little surprised that the pack hasn't closed in on him. It's going to be interesting. But we like drama. This is television.
I know. Isn't drama so fun?
Yeah, we want something to happen in that last mile.
And again, we want to remind everyone, take pictures. Email them to pictures@ctnow.com. We'll post them throughout the morning. And also, on our website, we have a full photo gallery at ctnow.com.
The wonders of technology, Sarah. How it's all changed our lives.
Send me a tweet, and then I'll let you know what I'm doing. Okay, I think we're going to listen back into WDRC radio and see what they have to say about the race.
Oh, he's fast. There's such an intense pack behind him. I mean, I mean, what is it, 75